Let's face it, we suck at staying in shape.
But this year, we're going to get our bodies
And our minds into a better place.
Join us on our journey to wellness.
And no matter what happens,
We'll see you in health.
3,
2,
1. Damn it, Scott. Scott, would you say we're buddies?
No.
Have you ever lied to me?
So many times.
Okay, well.
No, not that many. Like just a couple, like on your birthday. You know, you gotta keep surprises. You gotta keep it fun and interesting, and not just in the bedroom.
Speaking of latex gloves,
That's not what we.
so the
said,
last
no.
couple of days that you and I have been at the gym, I've been walking a little slow, right?
Yes, and you told me why.
What did I tell you?
You stepped on something hard and prickly.
All kind of true. So Scott, I've been fighting something. This is the show about wanting to better our health. Okay.
Yes.
Mental health, our physical health, all of our health. We're gonna go see a nutritionist at some point during all of this. We're doing challenges. We're doing things that are scary. Scott, I stepped on something really hard right on top of a wart that I've been fighting on my foot.
Ew.
It's a plantar's wart. And so I'm sick of this.
You sick of it?
I'm going to freeze it away, and we're going to do it on the show.
We're doing it live?
Scott?
Holy cow. We have no paywalls, people. I want you to know that like this is going to be on YouTube, and it's either going to like let it take off or it's going to demonetize us, which
Yeah.
considering we're not monetized right now, I don't know what that means.
Here's the deal. I've been soaking my foot now for a good like 5-10 minutes. They say like if it's on the base of your foot, like a plantar's one, I can't even say the word, man. It grosses me out. Then just soak it for a little bit.
Wart. Like in salt water?
No, just regular. Just they say soak it in warm water.
Okay.
Soften
All right.
up the tissue.
Are you gonna put this on the camera? Are you bringing the camera down?
No, you're gonna just see a
ground
physical
level?
reaction.
I want to see those little piggies. I want to see which ones are gonna go to market.
I don't want to show that on camera. I don't want to look at it myself. So we're not gonna do that.
Wait, you're not gonna show? How's this gonna incentivize people to go see the video of us?
It's on a different website. Not the white and red one. It's on the blue and white one.
The blue and white one. Blue and white one.
I push this down for 2 to 4 seconds, and then I need you to look at a timer. I need a clock up because I need to hold this for 40 seconds.
You gotta do it for the gram. You should put your foot up in the air. Oh, yeah.
I hate this.
Oh, what is that?
It's a plantar's wart.
What is that? Are you sure it's not a portal into another dimension? Like, what is that?
I hate it here. I just want to get this over with, okay? We've already invested too much time prepping this.
Okay.
You have a timer?
All right. Okay, I'm looking at it right now.
God, this is going to fucking hurt so bad.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay.
All right.
Tell me when.
So I'm going to push down for 4 seconds, and then I need you to start counting to 40. So here we go.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold in for 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going.
All right, I got the timer going. I'm not going to actually count the whole time, but you're at 20 seconds. I'm sorry, 10 seconds.
Oh, God, I was like,
just
that was
10.
really fast. I feel nothing.
Yeah. It's going backwards. Here.
Did you lose track?
Okay, now we're at 20 seconds. We're at 20 seconds. Nope. It just burns right through your foot. Just goes straight through. All right, approaching 30 seconds. And now for the final 10 seconds.
It's the final countdown. I don't want to get monetized.
You want to hold it for an extra 5? You want to just do an extra 5 just for S&G.
You tell me. I can start. I'm starting to
give
feel
him 5 more. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You're good.
It looks exactly the same.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, like this footage that we now have is like a rover from Mars. I just see a big crater. I think there's a face. I can see it from afar. It's kind of blurry and fuzzy like those early images. Now what
Remember
are you
that
supposed
movie
to do?
Mission to Mars?
Yeah, where those people literally get chopped into bits by a tornado.
Yeah, and they see that face on Mars.
Uh-huh.
That was shot on my foot. Now what do I do? Now
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
Now it says I
Elevate,
endure
rest?
pain for 24 hours.
Do you have one of those knee scooters? You can just...
I'm on my feet so often. This is one of those rare moments throughout the day where I actually have dedicated time. I know that I'm going to be off my feet, and so I'm going to take this time to just let this happen. And for those of you that are really grossed out by feet stuff, just get a kink already. And for those of you that have that kink, get the fuck out of here, you sick son of a bitch.
No. We don't yuck any yums. No kink shaming.
But other people like that, so.
Well, let's pivot away from these little piggies here and talk about how our last week did.
Yeah.
Willie, there was a big holiday that we ran into. I guess we should have planned this out a little bit better, because if we're starting a challenge, we usually don't want to have the first week conclude with a major holiday going into the second week.
Correct.
I don't know about you, but I gained some weight.
Tell me more.
I went from 206.1 to 206.8. So almost a whole pound.
But did you enjoy yourself? Because ultimately, life is about enjoying ourselves, Scott.
Life is about pain and loneliness.
Last week.
No, I mean, I had some root beer floats for the first time since last summer. That was nice.
You're
I like
you're a
that.
1919 root beer person, right?
Of course, it's the best. If you haven't had it, unofficial sponsor of the show, 1919 root beer, made here in the great state of Minnesota.
Is it like a flavor thing? It's just, or is it just?
It's the mixture. It's how it's kind of balanced. I'm not hating on Killabrew. I'm not hating on Lift Bridge. I just like where 1919's at. It's got a good sugar to sweetness to like savory finish. It's just perfect.
And a amuse bouche of root.
I would amuse bouche the hell out of it if I could. Yes.
Amongst all the odds, there was 24-hour smoked brisket, roasted corn, hot dogs, barbecue chicken, snacks, cheese curds, raw cheese curds. We were in Wisconsin. There's travel snacks. There was food galore. I went down almost a pound.
Impressive. Okay.
227.5 to 226.8.
A loss is a loss, and I'm just over here green with jealous rage.
In all fairness, I think what helped is that the last 2 days, I've been very active at home and at work, and I've eaten very little. Yesterday for lunch,
Okay.
dude, I don't know what it is, but I'm finding myself, because of this damn challenge, getting bored with my food and going, I'm just not going to eat anything. I'm done early. I had
Listen,
2 carrot sticks, 4 pieces of celery, and I was done.
I'm not somebody who says you should starve yourself. I don't think like that helps you in the long run. It like your muscles start wearing away. You don't get enough nutrients. You open yourself up to a lot of illnesses. But on the other hand, it works. Mm-hmm. It really does work. So it's not that we're trying to advocate like don't eat. Just like Willie's doing, eat less. Eat a whole bunch of chicken, barbecue, whatever, and then don't.
Start and stop significantly earlier.
Yes.
One thing that I kind of got wrong in the last episode, because I didn't have, when we were talking about history based on our in-body scale,
Okay.
I only had the last 30 days. I didn't have the full time.
Right.
And so the only correction that I want to make is...
Oh, we're doing corrections here. All right.
is my body fat mass in pounds. When I started this challenge, I was almost at 100 pounds of body fat.
Okay, let's keep it going.
That's
Come on.
more than some
Clock's
people.
running.
I am down to
Yes.
86 pounds.
There you go.
That's 14 pounds. That feels pretty good.
Is that how much you're down total?
That's how many I'm down total as of right now.
Nice.
There's some of that you're not going to really lose because it's in my my big ass and my thick
good old fart box.
wheat. I probably just froze off a good 12 pounds.
Did you freeze it?
That's what this is.
In your hobbit feet. I see. That's yes.
You're a
Okay.
dick.
Okay. Show topic for today. Willie, you and I hang out once a week, but as the rest of the week goes on, how do you feel? How do you feel when we're not together like this with all of our friends who are listening from across the pond and right next door? How do you feel?
Better.
You feel... All right, well, that's the show, folks, because
I don't know. I
Willie
would
could do
I would
fine
say
without
like
me.
Oh, okay, he's gone. I'm a very independent person. I like just putting my headphones on and getting stuff done. And so part of me, hello, part of me really enjoys the loneliness. But another big part of me is like,
Did you just say you enjoy loneliness?
Yeah.
How? Wait, no. You enjoy being alone, but you can't enjoy being lonely. Can you?
I don't know. I want to know how you feel about it, because the thing is if you're somebody who is more extroverted, I think loneliness is super, super challenging.
I'm is it ambivert or omnivert? One of those prefixes before the word vert. I'm one of them. So like it's not like I need to be with people all the time to recharge my batteries or to fill my cup. I go in waves, like, all right, I want to be with people right now, and now I just want to have time to myself to get some work done. But it doesn't come from social interactions or anything. It's just up and down. As I think we've talked before in earlier shows, like I have my tight knit of friends, my tight little group there, and like toiga, and that's good enough for me.
And so I guess,
but think about it. Think about it this way: what you said is you enjoy loneliness. Mm-hmm. Now, that smacks in the face of today's topic, which is all about the epidemic sweeping across the nation that you can't catch by touching or breathing or drinking out of a dog bowl. Like it's just here, and we have to address it. More Americans are profoundly lonely, and the way they work, maybe biased, is deepening that sense of isolation. Would you say that over the last 4 years, you feel more or less lonely?
Over the last 4 years, less.
Yes, since, let's just say, since the pandemic.
Less lonely. Significantly less lonely.
Than up until the previous 4 years?
I would say the 4 years leading up to the pandemic, I felt way lonelier. Like I had moments.
Keep in mind that everybody listening to the show, Willie and I were like best friends during those 6 years. And this is how he repays me.
Dude, here's the deal. We
lived down the
both have
hall from each other.
wives.
We played video games. Yes.
There's something that for me, when I'm playing video games and I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, we're having fun, we're connected. The moment that I shut that game off, there's this sense of abandonment. And I felt that a lot, that there wasn't anybody around to talk to. There wasn't anybody that I was expecting to be there. If I am surrounded or know that I'm going to have somebody there, then I seek that individual part. But when it's not there, when I can't just have companionship and conversation, then yes, then I feel significantly lonelier. More lonely?
More lonely, yeah. No, I think you're absolutely right when you say the last 4 years are better. Probably because we both got married. Like, we're with somebody all the time, or at least more now than ever than we were leading up to. Let's see, like I got married a year ago. You've been married almost a year now.
Yep.
Yeah, I was really lonely back then. I'm definitely less lonely now too. Definitely less lonely.
Are you sure?
But did you know that more than 40% of remote, and I'm talking fully remote workers, said that they go days without leaving the house?
See, now that's the other thing too, man, is like our jobs are being surrounded by people. And so it is really, really challenging to...
Too many people.
Yeah. I think we struggle to find that individual, like, privacy. When I did, when I had a job where I was doing work from home during the pandemic...
Yeah.
I needed to find time to get out. I went on walks. I read more books. I would seek out communities on Discord to try and like make friends. So yeah, I totally understand.
And other websites.
God, there are people that do that. Why do some of these sites have forums?
That's the black and yellow site.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. The thing about our job is thankfully we have these interactions, but with the remote work, people are just scheduled into meetings. And it's meeting on top of meeting, but they're not actually meeting with people anymore. And so they're saying that these companies that are bringing back work from office are doing it to kind of decrease the social isolation that the American worker has been feeling. And I feel like there's arguments to be made on both sides, right?
Right.
Sometimes it seems like, oh, this is just a ploy to get people back in the office so you can justify that huge real estate cost. But they said that companies are blaming loneliness on the loss of $154 billion a year in absenteeism alone. And that absenteeism is stemming from the loneliness that people are feeling.
Woof. Have you...
Do you... Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing. Do you know, or can you feel this kind of in the workplace? Even though we work in a job where social interaction is mandatory, I can feel it in many of my coworkers.
Interesting. I don't know. Yeah. The more I reflect on it, I think it is not uncommon.
You know what
to
it
see
is?
that. Yeah.
Up to the pandemic, parties all the time. Going out after work, going to sports events, concerts. Like,
Yep.
We work in a unique place where like camaraderie is part of the culture. And so it wasn't something where you had to force people to hang out. Like, a lot of friends, a lot of friendships, long-lasting friendships, marriages are made at this place of work. Now, up until recently, I don't think we were doing that at all. Nobody was really hanging out unless it was in like onesie-twosie groups, maybe a handful of people, but never like 10 or more people. And that's where I think when you and I first met, literally in that situation, there were big groups of people hanging out. And it was just, do you remember how we met?
Weren't we hanging out in a break room at one of our old jobs and people were talking about playing board games and we like...
Yes. Yeah. And then we just went over to some random person's house. Because I think you had been there a little bit longer.
Yep.
I was new. And so to me, everybody was random. But we just went over, hung out. And then I think like a couple weeks later, we went to a concert with a bunch of people. And then you and I just started hanging out. We got an apartment together. We raised a child, got a dog. Like, it was the Notebook, even at the very end.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
The World Health Organization has said that this is a crisis, Willy. There are companies that are starting up to like try and get people to be part of a community again, to like learn skills and just help them come out of their shells. I gotta say though, like I still am not fully there. Like I definitely agree with parts of these articles. One is from Forbes, one is from the Wall Street Journal. So, the business bias is probably written in there. This is why I'm not going like into super detail. But if it's enough for a World Health Organization to say that Americans are lonelier than ever, then it's something that kind of fits into our 8 dimensions of wellness, right? The social circle is an integral part. It can affect your mental health down the road. It can affect your risk of getting cancer. All of those things increase. And I'm like at an enhanced risk because as you get older, you lose what?
Hearing?
Correct. And it's a different way to communicate. Writing something down, or people who have hearing loss are like 28% less likely to form new relationships because you have to like listen harder and it's not just as easy as communicating.
Did we talk about this on the show, that those individuals who had the ability to hear, lost it early, developed dementia sooner, and
Sure, yeah.
Researchers right now are saying it's potentially due to hearing loss?
It's because like you lose your hearing, you don't want to hang out with people because it's not as easy anymore. You become socially isolated. Boom, you die. Just that's it.
I don't think it's that fast.
4-stage process takes about 30 seconds.
Hearing gone, boom, dead. Yeah,
Yep.
no, that sounds about right. No notes.
No notes.
So
And
what's
it's
the
affecting all
solution?
ages.
Does the Wall Street
let's
Journal
come
give
up
us
with it right now.
anything, or are they like play connections?
Small talk is very powerful.
Okay.
More powerful in person than over Zoom. Apparently, people are hanging out with their friends, but just on Zoom.
We did that a little bit
That's
during
like
the
a thing.
pandemic. Do you remember that?
I know, but even now, they're saying, I don't want to make the effort to go hang out with you. I would say it's okay to still just Zoom and call it a friendship.
I don't know, man. I think that might be leading to some of this. Like, you need that face-to-face contact because there's so much that it is said in the nonverbals that just sitting there and listening, I don't know, is enough. But I do want to preface this. This trend comes up on social media sites all the time, which is partners of people that are gamers saying, this person plays games too much. It's a distraction. They're not present for me. Would you say that you've formed some great relationships with people through gaming?
A handful. Nothing as strong as I have with you or any of my other friends that I've, hung out with in person.
I have never felt invalidated as much as when I hear somebody who says playing video games is not an adequate way of making friends or connecting with somebody. And the trend that I'm starting to see is these spouses of gamers, if you will, saying, oh, I got myself a hobby, or I started playing games, and man, is it fun.
Which is good. Mm-hmm. I think with gaming, though, it's a different thing than just, I don't know, watching YouTube videos and not interacting with people. With gaming, it's potentially a team environment. You are doing similar things that you would do at a job. So I'd say the studies are probably still yet to conclude. There is no Wall Street Journal cure. Okay. They have not. It just kind of ends on a sad note. It says, we're working so hard these days that we are sacrificing connection for productivity, and that people have had to schedule their time to hang out with people rather than just have it be, I guess, organic.
See, this is one of those moments where I feel genuinely disconnected from like Gen Z, from the young audience, because we have to schedule shit because we're busy. Like, that's really one of the only ways we can. And so I don't know, man. It's tough.
It's the privilege of owning things. We have responsibilities, commitments, and we are deprioritizing our friends. That's really sad.
And with that, though, I think I'm ready to stop hanging out with you.
You already don't hang out with me.
The fuck does that mean?
Are we too close? Are we too close to joke about what your wife said earlier? Is that too soon?
Which part? Pick one.
Like a few months ago when your wife and my wife were talking. Like, are we too soon? Is it too soon?
Yeah, I think it's too soon, you dick.
Okay, we'll save it for later.
Okay, good.
Will we follow up on this episode?
Oh, man. Real quick update. My foot, mild sting.
Show it.
Okay.
Show it again one last time. Put it up on the camera. This is for everybody to go to our YouTube channel and see Willy's. Oh, God, that's gross. It's yellow. Why is it so yellow?
Because it's burning.
Like, no blood is getting there. It's just gangrene.
Oh, my God. I spilled water everywhere.
Put your foot in it. Put your foot in it.
No.
Just soak it up.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, soaking it.
Well, so yeah, if you guys have any ideas on how to cure loneliness, you could be a multimillionaire. Because clearly, Willy and I have no idea on what to do. Willy doesn't even really like being friends with me. So I've got that to think about for next week.
Yeah, let's wrap this up, buddy. Come on.
Yeah. Jason, looking for a new co-host.
Hey.
If you're still listening to this show. Oh, is the mic still on? Shoot. Anyway, thanks for listening this week, everybody.
Tune in next week where we'll
see you in health.